Hello, everybody. Good evening. How are you doing? So, as David said, I'll be doing the gospel moment. It's on chapter 13, item 5. I'll read the message, and then we'll talk a little bit about it, okay? The message is titled The Widow's Mite. Jesus was seated opposite to the offertory box, watching the way in which people dropped their money into it, and noticing that many of the wealth were putting in large amounts. A poor widow also came and put in only 2 small coins in the amount of a farthing. Then, having called his disciples, he said to them, Verily I say to you, that this poor widow has given more than what all the others have put in their offertory box, for they have all given of the abundance, whereas she has given of her poverty everything she had and everything that was left for her to live on. That's on Mark chapter 12, verses 41 to 44, Luke chapter 21, verses 1 through 4. And as I said in the Gospel according to Spiritism, it's on chapter 13, item 5. Okay. Kardec explains to us that a lot of time we regret that we have not done as much as we wish we could. You know, that we regret that we didn't give as much as we could. Well, at least for me, sometimes, it's more of obstacles in the way that we actually put it in, of opportunity to give. There's always something that we put it in, like it's school, it's work, it's family, it's health, it's something, and especially a lot of times it's money that we just don't have, so we don't help. So the intention that we have of donating, of doing something, is the beginning, okay? And even the intention to ask for more, it's good intention. But let's be realistic. A lot of times when we ask, if I have more money, I'll be able to donate more. Really? Is that what you really want the money for? Or you really want that for yourself? The charity is the ability that we have, to see our neighbors before we see ourselves. Okay? It's to put ourselves in the place of our neighbors. Do good to them as we like to do good to us. Okay? And it's the ability that we have with our own limitations, the struggles that we have, the difficulties that we have, is the ability to help. With our own limitations, we all have limitations, but we can still do it. That's true charity. Okay? And sometimes we even spend a lot of times and a lot of prayers asking for beloved friends, God, Jesus, or guardian angels, to help us with things that we don't really need. They're always there for us. Most of the times we are not with them because we lose connectivity. We sidetrack, so we don't stay with them. But they're always there with us to help us. And they will do everything that they can to help us, but to help us grow morally, not materially. So we got to reflect on the message and see what we are doing and what we're asking for, okay? And also, you must be very grateful. For instance, if you have a lot of money, you pay off the mortgage of the center, you feel great. You're like, okay, you pay off. That must be a very great gratitude. However, we got to understand and respect our limitation. We got to be able to understand, we all have limitations. Let's not try to fix something that cannot be fixed. We are hoping for something that realistically is not going to happen. So what can we actually do with the ability that we have? And let's focus on that. That's a lot more than money that we can do. That's way more. There are tons of opportunities that we can do for our neighbors, that we can do for somebody. If we seek, we will find. Well, let's focus on the things that we help and respect our limitations. If you cannot donate the money, somebody else will. Or donate a little bit, be like the widow. Just do what we really can. There's somebody else to do it, and we all going to grow together if everybody does your part. So, to conclude, I would like to ask us to reflect on this message. What kind of people are we? How are we acting? Are we like the widow? Donating not only the money, but the time, the love that we have with our neighbors, like the time that we have? Oh, I can tell you for sure that I'm not. But with a lot of prayer, dedication and work, we'll get there. We got to have patience and believe that we're all going to achieve. Thank you so much.